Hey guys, I'm Sage Valentine. Let's get down to this review of this week's episode of Survivor Second Chances, Season 31, Episode number 7. Survivor outdid themselves with this episode because that merge really messed everything up for a lot of people, because all of a sudden everybody, all 13 players, were thrust together and they all had to figure out what they were going to do and who they were going to vote out, and people were scrambling, and I absolutely liked it. I think the best part of the episode had to be the part when Cass was voted out, only because of the fact that before the final votes were tallied, we had no idea who was going home, because it seemed like it was Savage during the episode, then Sierra, then Tasha. Like, Tasha seemed like a done deal. But then to get to the end of the tribal council and see that Cass went home, despite all of the edits that Savage got during this episode, seemed like we saw his perspective, his point of view, more than anybody else's POV. This episode was brilliant. This is why I love Survivor so much. As far as Cass going home, I'm not surprised, because Cass started falling into old habits. Chaos Cass was still in this game. She popped out and she tried to start some mess with Tasha, and Tasha was not here for it. Tasha was not going to yell and scream and holler. Tasha just told Cass, I don't trust you, I'm not voting with you. And Cass got offended by that, but Cass should have realized or remembered that she crossed Tasha. And yes, this is a new season, but again, people don't want to make the same mistakes in trusting people. And Wu made a mistake in trusting Cass, and he went home. So I truly believe that if these players, the 5 that voted her out, had decided to switch their vote to, say, Sierra over Cass, then Cass would have made it all the way to the end. I honestly, at this point, have no clue who's going to win this game, but I do know that Sierra really screwed up her game during this episode in following what Cass was doing, and also running her mouth too much, because she was saying like all these things, and I'm like, Sierra, just stop talking. And she just kept rehashing things. I'm like, just stop it, don't say anything else. Like, when Tasha and Cass were kind of like talking, and when Cass made her comments, Sierra should have just made a brief comment and just left it alone. But I feel like she ruined her game by not only running her mouth, but linking herself to Cass, because now that Cass is gone, she's next. And I understood what Jeremy was saying. There was a possibility that Cass had an immunity idol. However, the players had to take a chance and get her out, because they needed her gone before Sierra, because Cass was the stronger, more manipulative player between the two of them. And Cass would have ended up again at the end of this game in the final 3, final 2, final 4. I do like how Spencer and Joe decide to vote with the majority rather than join up with the old Takayo tribe or the Bayan tribe. They're trying to remain neutral, and that is a safe place to remain in this game. But I do not believe that they 100% trust one another. But the fact that they are kind of sort of working together will benefit them, but eventually they're going to have to turn on one another. And if it came down to it, and I had to choose a favorite between the two of them, I would be in trouble, because I like Joe, but I also like Spencer, which is why I voted both of them back into this game. But I feel like essentially people will look at Joe as more of a threat than Spencer. And I know some of you guys are probably like, well, how's Joe more of a threat than Spencer? Because Joe is pretty good at these immunity challenges and these reward challenges, and Joe is a hard worker. Whereas people look at Spencer like Spencer is a bit of a threat as far as his social game, but some people are looking at him like, oh, he's young. You know, he just started playing this game. I've been playing this for such a long time. Like, we could keep him here and we could manipulate him, but Spencer's a smart player, shoot. He and Tasha made it pretty far in season 28. Pretty far. Of course, in the end, they both were voted out, but they sure did kick butt and take names during that season. Speaking of immunity challenges, I don't know about you guys. I could be wrong, but I've been saying this for a while in these reviews. So if this is your first time and this is your first time watching this, this will be your first time hearing this. Steven threw that immunity challenge. I don't care, because Steven, I believe, could have stood up there holding that thing a lot longer. But all of a sudden the ball fell and he left. I'm not buying this whole I can't do these challenges things, because Steven is a pretty shrewd player. During his season, he made it very far. But the way that he made it far was that he tried to come across as though he was weak and couldn't do anything. But he was able to manipulate a crap load of people during his season. So he is one of the threats besides Savage. But I think that's about it. As I said before, it was a vote of 5, 4, 2, and 1. Savage got 1, Tasha got 2 votes, and Sierra got 4, and Cass got 5. So Cass is the first member of the jury, and you can bet your bottom dollar that Cass is going to bring so much drama to this jury. It's going to be ridiculous. But like somebody said on Twitter, the jury this year is going to be pretty big because this merge is really, really early in the game. But I really like second chances. I hope they do a third chances or something else in a season down the line. Thank you guys so much for watching this review. Don't forget to rate this video. Leave me some comments. Let me know who you think is going to win, what you thought about this episode, and what you think about the season so far. Also, hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to my brand of crazy. And check me out on Twitter and Google Plus at Sage Valentine. I'm a live tweeter. I'm always live tweeting during my favorite shows. If you want to chat, definitely just reply to my tweets or hit me up and I'll chat back with you. Also, my Scream Queens video is coming soon. I had to deal with NaNoWriMo. This is my second year doing it. I'm doing pretty well so far. So, Scream Queens, I'm going to get that done tomorrow, and then I'm going to go right back to Sleepy Hollow and catch up to that. I'm still working on it, and then it's back to Walking Dead, Scream Queens, Survivor, and then Sleepy Hollow and Walking Dead again. So until next time, you guys take care. I love you all. I'm going to go watch The Bastard Executioner right after I upload this. So bye, guys. Love you all. Bye.